Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the Sunday reading for the week, right? So it's, I've explained this many times over, but I'm going to explain it just for new people. This is sort of like a macro and microcosm look at not only what's going on Sunday, but also the underpinning energy throughout the week. Each card will represent maybe a day or two or three for you throughout the week, this week, of what sort of collective energies are out there that we might need to be aware of, that we might need to harness or use or avoid even. It just depends on how the cards roll out. Some of you may experience all of these cards. Some of you may experience only one of these cards. It really is dependent on sort of what you're working on. You need to figure out what I say, where it fits, right, in your life. It is a broad spectrum reading, so I speak in broader terms to reach more people. It's not super specific, but it's enough to give you an idea of what is going on, ideally, what's available to you. Please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video so that you can see how to get in touch with me if you're interested in a private reading, how to follow me on different social medias, and feel free to like the video by hitting the thumbs up sign if you enjoyed it, or subscribe to the channel if you'd like to join us here every day. I greatly appreciate it. This reading is for the week of Sunday, June 27th through, excuse me, that would be the first, second, through the 3rd of July, right prior to the holiday. June is gone, people. We've put June to bed. That's crazy. And another thing with my readings, they are created originally for a date, but I also believe that our higher power or ourselves, our higher selves, our spirit guides can find us messages in the right timing. So if you're seeing this in your feed and it's just popped up and it's something that the date is, not matching up to when it was originally created, that's okay. Still watch it. You might be in alignment to the message, and there might be a reason why it's in your feed randomly. All right? I trust the magic of the universe that can unfold that way. All right, so let's see what the cards want us to know. Any questions, feel free to leave a question or comment on the video. I read them all and will respond if need be. Or you can send me a direct question to my Facebook business page. All right, so let's see what's going on for this coming week. Okay, so for the beginning of the week, we have solutions. Card number 14. It says success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. What I believe this to be, this looks very much like the Temperance card to me, especially with the 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. Also, this idea of objective compromise and self-control and patience makes me think of Temperance. Temperance is a beautiful card. It is very much about balance, being easy, not necessarily jumping to conclusions in a way, if that makes sense. Not pushing your own agenda, kind of staying in your own lane would be very much that energy. Let me just double check and make sure that this is indeed that card. I'm pretty sure that it is. It's got to be. I just want to make sure because they have these strange names for, not strange, it shouldn't, but just call it Temperance. I mean, Temperance is one of the few cards that has an actual angel on it. You don't have to get all like weird about it. Bitter party of one, your table's ready. Let me just look here. I just want to make sure that I am reading you guys the Temperance definition. Yeah, these cards are called like perspective, peace. It's like, it's like Radley, just slow your roll. Just stick to the originals. Yeah, this has got to be Temperance. All right, Temperance is associated with the sign of Sagittarius, right, which is a very, is the mutable sign of the fire signs. The fire signs are associated with the spirit, right? But that mutability of Sagittarius allows for, that fiery nature, that action taking, that desire feeling. There's a little bit more ease to it, right? We stay grounded, but we also are in touch with our emotions. That's always signified by the angel having one foot on ground, one foot on the in the water, right? There's sort of this balance. Oh, and if you look, you see, now I'm seeing he's doing the cup thing where he's pouring the water from cup to cup. We're concentrating ideally on what's right in front of us. We're being as much in the present moment as possible in the early part of this week. We're really weighing things from, I would say, I don't know if practical is the right word, but I do feel like we're looking at things with a very clear vision when this card arrives, right? We're not, like I said earlier, jumping to conclusions, making assumptions. This would be the card where we would maybe place ourselves in somebody else's shoes. We would find maybe more compassion for people than condemnation. We would allow ourselves a little bit of peace and like a wide berth with our own shortcomings or insecurities, right? This is a card where it's about maintaining a sense of peace, staying, the fact that he's called this solutions, it's a nice name, staying focused on potentials for solutions, right, would be also a way of maintaining that peace. This is Major Arcana, so we have been seeing a lot of Major Arcana cards in the last week's series of readings, and it seems like as though that impactful energy is still continuing to come towards us in the beginning of this week. What I do want to say about the Temperance card, as far as it being Major Arcana, is even though it's like such a peaceful card, we might have like the actions or the choices that we make, the peace that we maintain, the grace that we sort of cultivate in the early part of the week can have a much larger impact, I feel like, or take us further than we realize, right? So even if it doesn't feel like we're doing so much, or if it doesn't feel like we're being so, productive or aggressive in our, transformations or changes, things to that nature, that's okay. Sometimes just by being in the present moment and giving things the attention that they deserve in a peaceful manner can be as healing as like sort of actively going out and pushing ourselves to achieve. Does that make sense? So keeping that in mind, I feel like this is a beautiful card to start off the week. It's an exciting card to start off the week, although it might feel very, not inactive, but calm, collected. There might also be, I just am sort of getting this like little hit, there might be a little bit of a reluctance to make a firm decision around a situation, and that's okay. Right? You might be seeking that solution or the very correct solution that you can get 100% behind. Allow that to be the case, right? Any compromises that come out of this card too will potentially work in your favor, right? So wherever we can sort of compromise or find compassion rather than fight against or resist, is going to serve us in a much more profound way than spinning our wheels and getting all upset with something that we can't maybe change or does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let's go to the midweek card and see what's going on. So we have the 8 of Ariel. Now Ariel is my suit of pentacles. So I just need to make sure and check my head here. 8 of Pentacles is about work, right? To me, it says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Now, with the 8 of Pentacles, to me, they call this the apprenticeship card. It's usually depicted by a man sitting over a workbench, and he's got 7 pentacles stacked up, and he's working on the 8th, right? To me, this is about our own skill set. It's about utilizing what we have within us. Because when I think of apprenticeship, it's like we're learning a specific skill or we have a specific knowledge through the experiences we've maybe been through in the past that enables us to be able to pay attention. Again, we have very much a present moment space going on here, right? Where the angel in the solutions card or in the temperance card, he's there pouring the water back and forth. This gentleman here is reading a book, but in the traditional sense of the card, the gentleman is working very much in his present moment on the pentacle that's right in front of him. It's about maintaining or focusing again on solutions or on our own balance. The balance would be found in that number 8 of the 8 of Pentacles or the 8 of Ariel. It would be about putting in the work by the midweek, the beginning of the week with Temperance being the lead card. It could be a little bit about holding off and maintaining that peace, not making any split-second decisions or offering up any opinions too soon, and listening, taking everything in, and kind of adjusting accordingly. By the midweek with the 8 of Ariel or the 8 of Pentacles, it's about rolling up our sleeves, getting in there and doing the work, working ourselves towards whatever it is we need to do. There could be a potential, like it says with this card, for learning a new skill or a new way of handling people, places, situations in a different way. But it usually is successful. With the Pentacles, to me, there's always a level of sort of there's always a pacing that is much more slow and based in patience, right? So maintaining this sense of maybe, being in the present moment yet again, doing the work that's right in front of us, enjoying that work to a degree, and also understanding that whatever it is that we're working on, we are actually predisposed to this work through the experiences or what we've been through in the past, right? So to me, when I look at these two cards together, it feels like ideally we should be taking our past, especially by the midweek, and really using the accumulation of those experiences, that knowledge and who we really are to our advantage, right? There could be details, inner workings, things that we get involved in this midweek, but they will feel productive to me. They will feel like we're moving forward in a way, although that forward movement might be a little bit slow. We also see that slowness, sort of I get that slowness in that stack of books right in front of him, right, where he's got a little bit of work to do, but don't let the sort of scope of the project put you off. Okay, we've got this is sort of the feeling that I get. Okay, great. And here's another one of those major arcana cards for the end of the week. We have Perspective, and this is card number 12. And this is, I'm sure this is the this is the Hanged Man. Okay, Perspective would be Archangel Chamuel, and it says here, there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. So just with this angel being upside down, I know this has got to be my Hanged Man card. The thing about this being called Perspective is with the Hanged Man is associated with Piscean energy, also the other mutable sign of the zodiac, right? In the water signs, right? There's fixed, cardinal, and mutable. And so Sag is the mutable for fire, which we see at the beginning of the week, and then we see Pisces at the end of the week, which is the mutable sign for water. Again, having that sort of ability to ebb and flow, to shift and change, to pivot, to read a situation in such a way where we can make, minor adjustments. Some of you, they could be larger adjustments, this being two major arcana cards, but usually I get more of a peaceful feeling to both of these cards. With Perspective, it has a little bit of the frustration of that earth energy that we see. I don't want to say frustration, but the patience that's required in that 8 of Pentacles in the midweek, because the Hanged Man he's sort of hanging there waiting for his cue to move forward. He's waiting for his spiritual enlightenment. He's waiting for his awareness to shift and change, or his perspective shift, so that he can see more clearly and understand which direction to go, what steps to take to get there. But ultimately it's worth the wait, right? It's worth the patience. I like that there's this theme of patience this week throughout all of these cards. There's a theme of maintaining a calmness if at the end of the week with this perspective card, we feel held back in some way, don't allow that frustration of being unable to move or take action to overtake you, right? Sort of be in alignment rather than discord would be sort of the message that I get with this perspective card. Something is generally a gift that comes with the Hanged Man that we need to come into reception of or awareness of, that will not only free us but give us a broader perspective, a more profound insight, a more vast awareness of what is really going on, or what we do need to do, which way we do want to go. Each one of you, it's going to be a different thing, but whatever that is, expect for it to arrive, but be willing to be, again, present in that moment, patient in your experience and your experience of others, in dealing with others. There's definitely this theme running through these cards this week. So here is our, weird. This is the energy card, and it is envy. What I like about this card is, although it's a little bit dark and gray on one side, we have this golden light through the doorway on the other side, right? So to me, it doesn't feel like we stop here at envy, or we're not stuck, certainly, dealing with whatever it is we are dealing with. I get a feeling that this is more outside of us than within us. For some of you, if it is within you, if you are experiencing envy of some kind, or some sort of feeling some type of way, as the kids say these days, if you're feeling some type of way, try not to let it overtake you. There could be a little bit of this envy as a nobody's here. That was me, guys. Sorry. There could be you feeling some type of way with others or a situation. Maybe you want things to be different, or you don't understand why they get this and I don't, or why has it worked out for others and not me. That is sort of the patience that needs to take place throughout this week, the work that needs to be done in the midweek, and that Eight of Pentacles, the reality, weighing the reality to the actual feelings that might be going on. For some of you that are dealing with envious people around you, again, we see that idea of maintaining that balance, not necessarily allowing any sort of lower vibrations that they might be putting out through this card of envy towards us to affect us, right? We're kind of shoring ourselves up, maintaining that patience, working on what we can, keeping, again, I'm going to say this phrase because it came out with the first card, is staying in our lane this week. And our lane is rich with gifts or awarenesses, surprises, and work that can be done that can actually be very productive, fruitful, and positive for us. We just have to maintain that presence and that awareness, that attention to ourselves at this time. And that also could be envy too, is taking any sort of attention we have on others and what they're doing or what they're getting or how they're receiving or how they're behaving, and how is it that they get away with that kind of stuff. I can't. Don't let that pervade, okay? Don't let that be your perspective. That might be the shift in perspective that we need. So let's go to the grounding stone for the week. And that grounding stone, is on obsidian, which is very much wards off negativity, a deeply grounding stone. The truth is going to be something that we are going to want to ground in today, or this week even. The truth will be in that perspective shift at the end of the week. The truth is also in the Eight of Ariel, in our own skill set, in our own value, in knowing what we're capable of handling, taking on, working on, and how productive we can be within that. The truth of the feelings of others around us, are they serving us, or are they in alignment with us, or are they actually in resistance or in judgment of us, or are we in judgment of others, right? Are we feeling envious of others, right? Envy can be a funny sort of emotion / behavior, in the sense that sometimes we think we just want a good life for ourselves, so why can't we have that others receive? And that may not be what we're here for, right? That might not be for us, right? And so If we're living in that space, are we really in that present moment? So the truth, we want to ground in the truth of where are we really at right now? And in that truth, I think that leads us to the Temperance card. It leads us to the Perspective card. It leads us to understanding who we really are and what we're really worth, what we're really capable of doing. And that truth can be powerful stuff. That is your forecast for this week. Please give the video a thumbs up and tune in this week. We'll see how the energies build throughout the week, and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.